If you are looking for something new and different for the upcoming Compliance Week celebration in November, check out The Compliance Kids. It's my 3-book children's series on compliance and compliance professionals for children. But they make great gifts and great training tools for your employees. You can check it out on Amazon.com. We've linked to it in the show notes. The Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where you bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
In today's Compliance Tip of the Day, we take up the topic of why the DOJ's 2024 Evaluation of Corporate Compliance Programs, or ECCP update, is a game changer for compliance. The ECCP said that compliance professionals now need to utilize data risk and data-driven analysis for culture. So what does that mean? Well, 3 things. Number 1, data is now the backbone of a modern compliance program. One of the most critical shifts in the 2024 ECP is the DOJ's call for data-backed evidence of a company's compliance culture. The DOJ now expects organizations to not only establish a culture of compliance, but also document and track its effectiveness over time. 2, what is the role of a culture audit in a compliance program? Well, it's a window into your organizational health. With the DOJ's increased focus on culture, culture audits have become an indispensable tool for compliance programs and compliance professionals. A culture audit goes beyond policy checks and instead evaluates the organization's attitude and behaviors that define the company's ethical framework. And number 3, what are the practical steps for a compliance program? Well, you should implement regular culture audits, prioritize data collection and analysis, enhance transparency and communication, integrate compliance with performance and incentives, and of course, document. All of this is going to be critical going forward, and this demonstrates why the 2024 ECCP is not just a set of new requirements, it's an opportunity for compliance professionals to evaluate their programs, demonstrate value, and create a culture where ethical value is embedded within organizational DNA. By focusing on these issues, a compliance function can really upgrade and enhance their compliance program, but also you'll be able to answer directly the regulators should they ever come knocking, because your compliance program will be documented through its own use of data. The DOJ wants data-driven compliance, and now we have data-driven and data-based culture. You don't use data to set your culture. You use data to measure your culture and then improve your culture as appropriate. This is a major game changer for compliance. I hope that you will implement this in your compliance program in 2025. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network. Finally, this podcast contains promotional materials.